me take you to a place I know you wanna go. Go, 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 go,
yeah, roll with him to the zones I live in. I got a fast car and I'm in pole position. Drum a boy cause I control the rhythm. Everybody in my city.
You got the deal quickly. You signed to a major, you signed to Sony.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's definitely something that a lot of MCs that are coming up at the moment want, and not everyone's getting. So how does it feel for you, man?
It's like with like the Sony deal, man. It's like I've been there from like 2011. So for one, I'm happy because since I've been signed, I've seen so many people get signed and get dropped. And the reason I'd think the reason why I haven't been dropped is because the world doesn't get to hear everything that I record, but Sony, they hear everything I record. My manager hears everything I record. They know what Maxsta does. Like everyone doesn't know yet. Trust me. Yeah.
They know what you're capable of. Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I'm still in that situation, definitely.
Because I'm gonna go straight at it. You know, you've had a couple of singles to come out at the moment. That come out already. And they, you know, never done maybe as well as people might have expected. So people might have thought that it's getting a bit hard for Maxsta. You know, like what was the situation?
Well, so I signed to Sony, and then at first it was Jamal Edwards' imprint on Sony. So I was signed to Jamal Edwards, and long story short, that situation just wasn't working in terms of the people involved, because, you know, it's like this is the record business, and sometimes fair play to Jamal because he's my dog and all that, but in terms of what he is, he's like a businessman, a cameraman, but he's not ever put a record together. So, you know, it was hard to, and Sony was at like a fragile state themselves because they was going through a lot of changes. People was getting fired, people was getting dropped. Like when I got signed, a month into my deal, the guy who signed me, the managing director of Sony RC at the time, got fired a month into my deal, and that was in 2011. So for the whole of 2011, I was basically just hanging about, ringing Jamal like, what have you got for me to do? And other than like the obvious things, there wasn't really much. So I think Sony started, they come back in again in 2012, and the whole time they had maintained the fact that the new MD and the new people, they still wanted to work with Max, they believe in Max or whatever. So it was cool. In 2012 we started again, me and Show made I Wanna Rock. It was like, yeah, we need 2 warm-up singles and then we'll go, because they feel like, yeah, I'm cool on the grime scale, but in terms of like being on Radio 1, being on TV in a glossy video, people haven't seen me like that. So that the plan was for that to happen, you get me, for people to familiarize themselves with Max. And I remember someone said something to me like, after Pop Off, someone said something to me like, yeah, Max, I know you're in a similar situation where your label deal isn't, like your songs ain't doing as well as they're supposed to, but it's like, I Wanna Rock was meant to do nothing at all. It wasn't meant to be on Radio 1. The video was like $1,000, but it went to like number 67 in the charts. So that was cool. And then me and my manager, because my moves don't really come from Sony, my songs don't come from Sony, it's all me and my manager. He said to me, all right, cool, Max, I Wanna Rock's done well. This is the stage where most people get gassed and they go straight to the glossy, written in the stars pop song. And all he wanted is for, no matter how long it takes, for people to understand me and understand my character, because it's not as straightforward as just saying, oh, he's a road rapper, he raps about the hood. Like there's a lot to me as a person, as an artist. So yeah, Pop Off, we did that intentionally. Like, nah, these same people who like listen to I Wanna Rock, let them see that no, you're actually like a bit of a rude boy. Pop Off, you're grime. That's why we did that DJ Dex, Basement, old pirate kind of feel. And then that was like a free download. You know what I'm saying? That was a free download. I think I saw it on iTunes like yesterday, and I was like, bro, how did that happen? Because it was meant to be a free download. And from that stage, it's like, I don't know, man. There was times in life where I was just going through shit after Pop Off, I remember there's like a month where I turned off my phone and my manager couldn't get through to me. No one knew where I was. My friends didn't. I was just at home, like smoking too much weed and just, you know. And then I don't know, man. I got over the problems that I had because it's like family stuff and I got over that, and I came back out and started like, I don't know. We just started recording again or whatever. And I feel like, yeah, Wanna Go. It's taken this long, but from my perspective, it's like everybody who's been doing their thing in the time when I haven't. I've dropped my single. It's on the Kiss 100 playlist. It's on the Radio 1B list. It's on the One Extra playlist. It's getting banged on all these other people have been doing their promos, their mixtapes. Like we're obviously not the same in certain aspects.
Hot kid living with a rent, small mortgage, giving out the wrong direction to a tourist. Tell me what you call this. We're getting turned up. The roof's on fire, yeah, burnt up. I got a couple cigarettes and some cheap moves, playing songs that the neighbors can't sleep through.
Now, earlier this year, man, like I think it was one morning I woke up and I was on the Twitter, and like there was a very serious tweet that you put up, man. It was like, for me, it was definitely very heartfelt, and it was a family tragedy for you, man. Yeah. And at that time, I feel like a lot of people were questioning whether, and it would be understandable if you continued MCing. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because of the family tragedy that you had. Did you ever contemplate like quitting at that time?
Yeah, but it was just like at the time before he died, it was like it wasn't really much going on for Max. I was signed, but it wasn't really much going on, and the things had somehow started to like, they were starting to come into place, that because I knew I was doing I Wanna Rock on all of this, but then when my brother died, it was just like I have to do something now. Like me being here and me trying to become the person that I want to be is because I have no choice. I enjoy doing this, but away from all that, I have no choice. I'm too bait to like just be like working in JD or some shit. I'll have people being like, "Raw, I want Max." Like, I don't need that, and I'm at a good place. So it was hard, but I feel like my brother dying kind of kicked the drive up, and it made everything come from my drive comes from a much more emotional place now. It's like no prisoners anymore, man. Yeah, roll with him cause no road's forbidden. We can trespass, we got no permission. Got bad habits, I say no to quitting. Pedal to the metal, that's stone cold collision.
You got the new single Wanna Go, features Little Nikki, and it's got another old school sample on it as well. You definitely messing with the samples. Talk to us about this single, man.
So Wanna Go came from, I swear to you, it was like months before we did the record. I kept saying to my manager and Show Improve, I want to try out that song, and I want to try that sample out. And then it was like, oh, are you serious? Yeah, we'll do it, we'll get around to it, and we never did. But then one day I went to the studio and Show had it, so I literally wrote the bars. I wrote the first probably in like 10-15 minutes. The next one took a bit longer, but yeah, we just did it. And then it was like that song went through a lot of processes, man, because it was like the first person that was on the chorus of that song is the lady from, I don't know, I can't remember what they're called, but the lady that sings Back to Life, Back to Reality she was on the chorus. But it was like what she did on there, as much as I respect her, and that's why I wanted her on the record, because it was so musically credible to me. But it was like her swing of things was quite old school, and we need it to be as fresh and as new school as possible. So it was like, I don't know, we just thought, alright, cool, let's try Little Nikki. And we got M&EK to write the chorus, and then, yeah.
So who was that, Karen Wheeler?
Yeah, Karen Wheeler.
Karen Wheeler, yeah. Legendary, man. Yeah. Will that mix ever see the light of day?
Never. There's just like 100 other tunes that I have that will never see the light of day.
Let me take you to a place I know you wanna go.